So here is what I have to say. I think that people clutched on to their YT fragility. I think to see a highly educated Black woman was really challenging. And we see that with the rhetoric in terms of she's word salad, she's not educated.
Y'all think Don Lemon was cuddling with his white hubby the night they lost to the election?
All right.
I don't know why you was thinking about that. You might be the fruity nigga.
Hey, bro, that's all right, bro.
That was the first thing you thought about was him cuddling up with his white husband.
Press play.
You could have said he was crying or something. You said cuddling with his white husband.
Yeah, bro.
You
He
might.
probably was.
You
probably was cuddling with him.
You don't know
How
Press
people
play.
lose, right?
Press play.
He was getting
Press
spooned.
play.
Here is what I have to say. I think that people clutched on to their YT fragility. I think to see a highly educated Black woman was really challenging. And we see that with the rhetoric in terms of she's word salad, she's not educated, all of that is really just designed to denigrate Black women, especially highly educated Black women. And I just think it really comes out of that unconscious bias and confirmation bias. I think a lot of YT people, for whatever reason, they just refuse to see that racism exists, that misogyny exists, and they want to clutch onto that emotional comfort. And unfortunately is going to be their downfall, I believe. So that's all I have to say.
Well, I will say that, look, it's always always looking for other excuses as well, that it's something other than what it is. Most times, the most obvious answer is the correct answer. And yes, you are right in that. That was a big part of it. I don't believe it was all of it, but we live in a very racist and sexist society. That's God's honest truth.
Whatever he said,
Guys,
the actual opposite. They always do this. They always say, "Don't do this thing. This is the case," and then do the actual thing.
This is a Black man that was on national television for years, calling America racist. Brother, go be Black and gay in Africa
Hey, bro,
and see what they do to you. See what they'll do to you.
Hey,
You can't be.
what you just said was worse than what I said.
It's illegal to be gay in Africa. So I find it ironic that someone who couldn't have this same life in all these other countries is denigrating the country that gave him the opportunity to be who he is.
Bro.
Am I wrong for that?
I actually ain't never seen Don Lemon with his hubby, but
I don't know why you looking it up. That's irrelevant, freakazoid. And second off, no one. No, bro, don't show us. Keep that over there,
bro.
Jeffrey
Hey, bro,
Epstein.
What's wrong with this man, bro?
Listen. Don Lemon.
How is it
Don
white
Lemon
supremacy?
is a fool. This is why he got fired, because you're being dense, because you were on TV once saying that she's not Black, African American, born in America. You are, and I posted the clip on the Cartier page, and I'll pull it back up if his memory needs some refreshing. Second off, to say that everyone was mad at Kamala because she's an educated Black woman, no. All the criticism she brought up are the reasons why they didn't like her.
People like
she had
Michelle.
word salad.
People like Michelle.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
people like Obama.
she was just a bad candidate. Why won't they just say that? She was a bad candidate. She didn't stand firm on any issues. She didn't give any direct answers, and she didn't let the voters know who she really was. Because every time she was confronted, she gave the same script the whole 100-day campaign.
I'm gonna be real, and a lot of Black people noticed it, and a lot of Black people probably didn't even vote. If all Black people voted, I don't know how. Oh, that's not
Still wouldn't let you.
there's a lot of Black people that was rocking with Trump
all
that
black
didn't
people
vote.
voted, that's what I'm saying.
He could've-
He might have got 30%.
He'd have got some more. Trump would have got some more.
I would
It could've been
say
some
maybe
more.
got 5% more, maybe max.
He would have had a lot more Black votes though. For sure.
25% male.
Men,
For sure. I got family members. All my family members was rocking with Trump. I bet none of them niggas went to the polls. I'm probably the only nigga in my family went to the polls. For sure. For sure.
You was forced.
Right in that. That was a
Yeah.
And I also think there's an issue with the way like liberals feel free to just demonize white people in general, right? Like it turns people off. And if they're constantly told over and over again that they're the enemy, they're everything that's wrong with this country, every bad thing that's happened here is because of, the white European settlers and the white people who are here. Like if one party is telling them they're the bad guys and they're not wanted and they're the root of every problem in the country, do you think that part of the electorate's gonna vote for you?
that is facts, bro. They the same thing to
Facts.
the men and to the white women. So now who voted for Trump?
Latinos.
The Latino
Latinos
men,
and
the black
Negro
men.
men.
The white men.
I said Negro.
Well,
And the
black
white
men
women.
still
Black men.
voted 80% for her, and they still
But
they
this
still
is
blame
the
black men,
lowest-
78%.
This is the lowest black vote they ever got.
and they still blame the black men.
Not ever
Still.
got. Just
For the
compare.
men, no, it's the lowest.
Actually?
Yes.
Damn. Let's get that number up. Keep rising.
The fight is.
Rise on up.
I don't know if it's the most. I know they voted for Republican the most, but I don't.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is it's the most
Republican vote.
The least amount of black men.
That voted Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey man, and it still was 75.
Exactly.
It's the deep nigga brainwash.
The hooks are
man,
deep,
you know.
boy.
But hey man, it's getting better. Getting better. I think Donald
Start
Trump,
with the women, man.
Well, actually, yeah, I don't. If they didn't do all the demonizing, I don't know how that would have went, man. I think that really hurt them the most.
They hurt themselves.
Some black people still believe Trump
They
gonna
took
put
it
them
too
in
far,
chains.
but they took it way
Yeah,
too
'cause
far.
you can't like we're in America. Let's be real, bro. You can't call nobody a Nazi and win a political race. Come on now.
The fact of the matter is, the majority of his votes are going to come from whites. And that's who has been talking to all campaign about taking the country back. Taking it back from whom? Taking it back from too many minorities who are doing too well, who are succeeding, who are closing the wealth gap. And something has to be done in his estimation. And so that's what it's really all about. It's not about the economy and all that, people would like to basically hide behind. It's about white versus others.
But it's looking possible tonight that Donald Trump has won the popular vote. Are you saying that the majority of Americans are racist?
I'm saying the majority of the Americans will buy into anything as long as they believe that somehow they will have more advantage, they will have more ownership, that they don't have to worry about others who will be equal to them. You can call it what you want, but that's the way it is.
Yes.
Maxine, take that wig off your head.
Everybody want to be Martin Luther so bad.
Hold on. So she said that
Everybody wanna be
black
Martin Luther so
people
bad.
got ahead. What black people got ahead?
You know what I'm saying? She's talking about closing the wealth
you
gap
talking
and all
about-
that. I'm like, what the hell? What parallel
I'm
universe
seeing
you
black
living in?
people
What the
get
delusion
high.
is, guys, compared to the world, black people in America are pretty wealthy. You can go and get a cheeseburger. You have shoes on your feet. You have a roof over your head. You're good.
Well, no, but look at the point she made was black people
got wealthier.
under the president that we have
And
now.
I seen all black people saying shit is
that
high
Trump
and
is going to
expensive.
stop that. That is actually insane.
Yeah, that's
Because
it.
price is high for everybody.
Exactly.
And if one population, one race is a little bit, right now we can keep it 100, are not doing as well, wouldn't the high prices affect them the most?
Duh. And the high
So is it
interest
ironic
rates,
that,
high rate,
like we just
high
found out, the
everything.
least amount of black people voted for Democrats is because y'all forgot about them.
Y'all,
And
They said it.
They felt like they did better under Trump.
and then, to be honest with you, I gave 40 acres and a mule to goddamn illegals that came across the board illegally.
And those same illegals voted more Republican than black people. So I don't
Oh, well,
wanna
they
hear
wasn't
that.
even illegals. It was legal
Well,
citizens.
illegals. I mean, you have legal Mexicans.
Illegal
Yeah, you did
immigrant.
what the liberals do.
My
Yeah,
bad.
you sound
My-
like
I'm
damn.
sorry.
You sound like
I'm an
one. You
idiot.
sound like Don Lemon.
I'm sorry, guys.
You look like
I'm
him too.
sorry.
It
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
really wrong for that, man.
The light
You know,
skin.
Hey, man, there's politics.
It was
hey.
accident, y'all.
But yeah, they homies over there. They ain't trying to say they homies.
They probably not because they voted against them.
That's not their homies, bro.
They don't fuck with them niggas.
Everybody know it. All skin folk ain't kin folk.
What is the lesson that your party should have learned?
Well, the Democratic Party worked very hard. And they raised, substantial sum of money. We had great candidates. And so Trump had a following, basically generally led by whites. White males voted in big numbers. He had a few from the other race groups that joined in, like the Latinos at 45%, and black men at about the same rate that they did when they voted for him before, at about 20%. That combination won. And so it is not that Democrats did not work hard, did not do a great job. We had an unusual situation where we had a black woman, which this country has never seen before. A combination of all of those things led to his win.
I will not push back on the idea that race and sex matter in American politics. I think they do. I don't know that it was the controlling variable, and you don't suggest otherwise. To me, it seemed to be that the Democrats thought Trump stinks is enough, And Senator Bernie Sanders said something that reminded me of you, which is why I wanted you on the show tonight, Maxine, which is Democratic Party used to be, we are all about doing for working people. That's what we do. That's what Mario Cuomo's party, that's what Maxine Waters' party was. You are now seen as not that, even by Bernie Sanders. Quickly before I let you go, and I appreciate you, you can't tell me what hasn't happened yet, but will you work with Donald Trump and his party, or are you going to work on ways to investigate him?
Great question.
Well,
Yes or
Donald
no?
Trump is whom he is. He is a liar.
Okay.
He is someone who has abandoned his own party. This is a man who is in line with Putin and Kim Jong-un in North Korea. He doesn't give a damn about patriotism. So are you asking me, can I work with him? What can I do to, I
she got a
guess,
position,
you know, not investigate him? He'll only get investigated when he does bad things. He has been investigated. He has been charged, not because someone was out to get him. It is because he performed ungodly things. This is a man who has no moral
things.
compass. So what are you
No
asking
moral
me? You're
compass.
asking me to
This is why
somehow
y'all lost.
not see all of that, not understand that? That is not possible. He is who he is, and he's going to continue to be whom he is. He said he's going to get retribution from those who have not worked with him, who don't like him. He's out to get people like me, et cetera, et cetera. What should I do? Talk about I love Trump, I want to work with him? I think that he is not someone who can ever be worked with.
That she said that.
They continue in the same plan.
You know what's-
They gonna never win. They not gonna win no elections like this, bro.
I told you they party over
Never.
with. Y'all heard what I said. Hey, look, you know what's
And one more
crazy?
thing, one more thing. I
When
really
Trump
want to
got
see
in
this really
office,
bad. Okay, so if America hates black women so much, why the hell do everybody love Oprah so much?
Why the hell is she a Democrat senator? She old as hell. I'll tell you what you can do instead of working with Trump, Miss Maxine Waters. You can take your old ass home and retire. Take that damn wig off. Take that suit off. Go sit your old ass at home. Because I am sick of this rhetoric from Democrats. Y'all demonize white people. White man this, white man that. White man this, white man that. White man created the government that gave your ass a job.
For real.
What we finna sit here and do, man? Y'all wonder why y'all gonna keep y'all losing these elections. Y'all turning off voters. Y'all turning off people, and people are leaving the Democrat Party in numbers. People are tired of being told they're bad people for not falling in line. And this is America, where people are free to do whatever the hell they want. So you're not finna bully nobody in America and say that the candidate they support is a bully while you're bullying them to think like you. It's just not gonna happen. And I think, as I've said before, we're going to continually see, if they don't figure out how to fix this problem, we're going to continually see more people going to the right, because the right doesn't push that America's racist and you're racist if you do this and that, or you're a bad person if you don't do this and that. And people are liking that. I mean, they don't. If you hate America, just leave. And the right loves America, and so does everyone in America, or we wouldn't be here. So, I mean, we're going to see more people going to the right.
This race, I would say, it exposed people not being able to hide behind the racist card.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
people don't say, people love Serena Williams. It's a bunch of black people it's a bunch of black women that people love. All Americans love. It's because they're great. If Kamala was great and she lost, then we would be talking about something. But she wasn't great. So how is this misogyny and people racist if she was not great?
Why did no one say this in 2020 when she lost her primary? Why was this not an excuse then? No
She
one
wasn't
heard
great.
it then.
She wasn't great.
Because that's the case. If you didn't win your primary, you got last year primary. Next election, you run for president and you lose. Why are we surprised?
Why do you think that uneducated white women voted against their reproductive health freedoms? And why do you think Latino men voted in favor of someone that's going to deport, says he's going to deport the majority of his community?
White women like being called uneducated white women. I think the economy matters, national security matters. But when you put people in these boxes, I think that's a takeaway from this race.
We have to look at the demographics.
Thank you. Thank you, DEI Republican.
Also, I think it's worth noting that, there are some red states that attempted to ban abortion or severely restrict abortion, but the people in those states voted in favor of ballot initiatives to legalize abortion, to reverse the negative impact of the reversal of Roe v. Wade. So saying that people are voting against their best interests kind of doesn't make sense when it comes to the reproductive rights issue, because what was Kamala Harris supposed to do? She was going, let's say she got elected. she would have come into office with a Senate controlled by Republicans. And I don't know, has it already been determined? Have Democrats lost the House?
Yes. Yeah, almost certainly.
Okay, so basically a Republican-controlled Congress. How the hell was she supposed to pass or codify reproductive rights on a national level? It wasn't going to happen, and it wouldn't have happened if Democrats had control of the House or even a slim majority in the Senate. It just wasn't going to happen. She's not going to steamroll the Senate filibuster, which requires 60 votes in order to pass legislation. It wasn't going to happen. So, like, I think what Alyssa Farah Griffin said there, and I never thought I would say this, but she's right. She's right. And I also think there's an issue with the way, like, liberals feel free to just demonize white people in general, right? Like, it turns people off. And if they're constantly told over and over again that they're the enemy, they're everything that's wrong with this country, every bad thing that's happened here is because of, the white European settlers and the white people who were here. Like, if one party is telling them they're the bad guys and they're not wanted and they're the root of every problem in the country, do you think that part of the electorate's gonna vote for you?
Facts. Yeah, there's so many different problems in all those statements. So number one, you're misunderstanding why she lost. If you're thinking that she lost, not to say there's no racism or sexism against her, that's absurd. Of course there's some, right? But if you think that's the main reason that she lost, you've misdiagnosed the problem. The main reason she lost is because Democrats don't deliver and they run establishment campaigns and not populist campaigns. And this is so stark because there's only two people in the country among the politicians that have run as populists. One is a fake populist, Donald Trump. One's a real populist, that's Bernie Sanders, right?
Fake populist.
And both of
you were on Twitter saying if Republicans lose, you shouldn't try to take women's rights away. You shut your ass up. Anna Kasparian, hats off to you. You fully diagnosed the problem with pure facts, and I wish you was on the mainstream network because she's good. You're what the people need. She's great, man. The way she broke that down and explained it, it's purely facts. I mean, you can't argue. Like, she's making all these empty promises, and they lost the House. There's no way she's gonna push or be able to complete any of that. And I really like the way that she brought that up. And I also would like to point out the fact that Sunny Hostin is a fool. Like, you calling people uneducated white women and then demonizing all of them and saying, oh, you don't know what your own interests are. You voted against your interests. And then you're demonizing them and blaming them for the loss. I mean, look in the mirror, dog. This is why y'all lost. Because of stuff like this. You're calling them uneducated white women. Just because they didn't go to college, they uneducated? I'm going to keep it 100, y'all. You go to college, it's really just a piece of paper. It's a tool to get a job.
Yeah, she hit the head on the nail.
Doesn't mean you're smart.
I'm going to keep it 100.
Like, for people with bachelor's degrees, it doesn't mean that you're smart.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it 100. Like, I used to try to prop it up and think, oh, yeah, I'm smart. But once you get in the real world and you really get around things and you really start doing stuff, you realize it's just a piece of paper and it doesn't make you better than anybody. It's really just a title and a piece of paper, really. Yeah. So to demonize people, she's like punching down. Like, they're uneducated white. We're like, all right, now, let's not do that. Like, let's not do that. That's
actually, and that's why they all the reasons and all things we're seeing is why they lost.
It's literally why they lost. Imagine being in the crowd, black men in the crowd, and they say black men are misogynists.
Uneducated black men.
Obama up there. Y'all lucky Michelle like
Imagine being in the crowd as a white man and they saying white people are racist.
I do like the way Singh said they had an establishment campaign. Every establishment was in favor of Kamala Harris. All these businesses and celebrities and media and all this stuff, Hollywood, not real people. Not real people. And that is why she lost. Look in the mirror, guys. That the demonization from the establishment of the people, talking down to the people, telling people what to do, bullying the people, is why she lost. Also, the fact that she's a shit candidate. No disrespect.